Archangel Michael says a divine transfer is set for you at 8:15 p.m. tonight, but if you ignore this message, everything you were meant to receive will be lost forever. My beloved child, come closer and listen with your heart, not just your ears, because this moment was written for you long before you were born. You did not find these words by accident. You were guided here, gently, intentionally, by forces that have been watching over you silently while you struggled, prayed, waited, and sometimes almost gave up. I know how heavy your heart has felt. I know how many nights you stared at the ceiling wondering when your life would finally change. I know how many times you whispered prayers that felt like they vanished into the air. But hear me now, my beloved child, none of those prayers were ignored. I am Archangel Michael, protector, defender, and messenger of divine truth. I stand beside you at this very moment, sword of light in hand, not to bring fear, but to bring clarity. Tonight is not like any other night you have lived before. There is a divine alignment unfolding around you, and it has a precise moment. At 8:15 p.m. tonight, a divine transfer has been scheduled for you. Not by human systems, not by chance, but by divine order. You may wonder what a divine transfer truly means. It is not just money, though money may come. It is not just opportunity, though doors will open. A divine transfer is the movement of what was blocked into your hands. It is the return of what was delayed. It is the shift of energy from struggle to provision, from waiting to receiving, from tears to testimony. This transfer has been held back until you were ready to receive it without fear, without self-doubt, without sabotaging yourself. My beloved child, I know you have been carrying the weight of almost. Almost succeeded. Almost healed. Almost stable. Almost happy. Almost free. Each time, something seemed to fall apart right before breakthrough. You blamed yourself. You wondered if you were cursed, forgotten, or simply unlucky. But the truth is this: you were being prepared. The delay was not punishment. The delay was protection. Tonight at 8:15 p.m., the atmosphere around you will shift. You may not see lightning. You may not hear thunder. But deep within your spirit, something will move. A heaviness you have grown used to will begin to lift. An idea, a message, a call, or an inner knowing may arrive. Do not dismiss it. Do not rationalize it away. Do not say, "This is nothing." This is everything. I must speak clearly now, my beloved child, because this is where many lose what was meant for them. If you ignore this message, not with your eyes but with your heart, the transfer cannot complete its journey. Divine gifts require awareness. They require agreement. They require your attention. Heaven will never force itself upon you. Free will is sacred. If you scroll past, mock, delay, or say, "Later," the door closes, not forever, but long enough for deep regret to form. I say this not to frighten you, but to awaken you. You have asked for a sign. This is it. You have asked for confirmation. This is it. You have asked for one last push to believe again. This is it. My beloved child, I see the silent battles you fight. The smiles you wear while your soul feels tired. The responsibilities you carry while feeling unseen. I see how you give to others even when your own cup feels empty. Heaven has taken notice. Justice is moving. Balance is being restored. What was taken from you unfairly will be returned in a form greater than you expect. There are forces that did not want you to reach this moment. Doubt tried to sit beside you. Fear tried to speak louder than faith. Distractions tried to pull you away from divine alignment. But you are still here. Still listening. Still open. That alone tells me you are chosen for what comes next. At 8:15 p.m. tonight, speak these words quietly or aloud: I am ready to receive what is meant for me. Say it with sincerity. Say it without desperation. Say it with trust. This statement is not magic. It is alignment. It signals your willingness to step into what has already been prepared. You may feel unworthy. Many do. You may think, why me? Let me answer you gently. Because you endured. Because you didn't harden your heart even when life tried to make you bitter. Because you kept hoping even when logic told you to stop. Because you still believe in goodness, even after disappointment. That is why. My beloved child, the transfer you are about to receive will change how you see yourself. It will restore dignity where shame tried to live. It will replace fear with confidence. It will remind you that you were never abandoned, only redirected. Some people around you will not understand your sudden shift. Let them wonder. You do not need to explain divine favor to those who only understand effort. But hear this carefully. Once the transfer begins, you must protect it. Do not speak too quickly. Do not doubt too loudly. Do not invite negative voices into sacred moments. What begins tonight must be nurtured with gratitude and discretion. Seeds grow best in quiet soil. You have been living in survival mode for too long. Always calculating. Always bracing for the next problem. Always expecting disappointment. Tonight marks the beginning of a new rhythm, one where you breathe deeper, sleep easier, and trust more fully. This does not mean challenges will disappear. It means you will no longer face them empty-handed. I stand guard over this transition. No jealousy, no ill intention, no spiritual interference is permitted to disrupt what is divinely assigned to you. You are covered. You are protected. You are seen. My beloved child, time is important now. Not in panic, but in presence. When 8:15 p.m. arrives, pause. Even if just for a moment. Put down what you are doing. Acknowledge the divine. Awareness completes the circuit between heaven and earth. You have reached the edge of your old life. The next step feels unfamiliar because it is new territory. Do not retreat. Do not question yourself into paralysis. Walk forward gently but firmly. The ground beneath you is solid, even if it feels unknown. Remember this: what you are about to receive is not random luck. It is alignment. It is timing. It is fulfillment catching up with patience. Stay with me, my beloved child. What I will reveal next will help you recognize the signs that follow this transfer, because they will come quickly, and they will require wisdom to understand them, my beloved child. Take a slow breath and remain still within yourself, because what unfolds after the moment of transfer is just as important as the transfer itself. Many receive blessings but fail to recognize them. Many are visited by divine favor but mistake it for coincidence. I do not want that for you. That is why I stay with you now, guiding you gently so your eyes remain open and your heart remains steady. After 8:15 p.m. tonight, signs will begin to surface in subtle ways. Not loud, not dramatic, but unmistakably personal. A thought may return to you, an idea you once dismissed, a plan you abandoned because fear whispered you were not ready. That thought is not random. It is activation. Do not push it away. Write it down. Hold it with care. This is how the divine often speaks, through remembrance and clarity. You may notice a shift in how people respond to you. Someone who once ignored you may suddenly listen. Someone who doubted you may soften. Someone who was meant to help you may appear unexpectedly. Do not chase. Do not cling. Simply observe. Alignment causes movement around you without force. That is how you will know this is real. My beloved child, I know you have learned to guard your heart. Pain taught you to be careful. Betrayal taught you to expect disappointment. But this season asks you to soften just enough to receive. Not everyone deserves access to you, but you must allow divine flow to reach you. Trust does not mean vulnerability to harm. It means faith in discernment. The transfer you receive may first arrive disguised as responsibility. Something new may require courage. A door may open that scares you slightly because it asks you to step beyond what feels safe. This is normal. Growth always feels unfamiliar. Do not confuse fear of expansion with warning. Listen deeply before deciding. There will be a temptation to delay. To say, I'll think about it tomorrow. To wait until conditions feel perfect. My beloved child, perfection is not a requirement for obedience. Movement creates clarity, not the other way around. Take the small step. Answer the message. Explore the option. Show willingness, and more will be revealed. I must also prepare you for something important. When light increases around you, shadows become more visible. Old habits, limiting beliefs, and negative patterns may surface briefly. This is not regression. This is release. Do not judge yourself. Do not panic. Simply observe and let go. You are shedding an old skin. You may feel emotional without knowing why. Tears may come easily. Relief may mix with disbelief. This is your nervous system adjusting to safety. You have been in survival for so long that peace feels strange. Allow yourself to rest into it. You are not waiting for disaster anymore. You are learning stability. My beloved child, gratitude is a key now. Not forced gratitude. Not pretending everything is perfect. But sincere acknowledgement of movement, however small. When you notice even the slightest improvement, say thank you. Gratitude anchors the blessing. It tells the universe you recognize the gift. There may be voices, internal or external, that tell you this will not last. That this is too good to be true. That you should prepare for loss. These voices are echoes of the past, not prophecies of the future. Gently dismiss them. You are no longer governed by yesterday's wounds. I see something specific for you. A restoration of confidence. A quiet strength returning to your posture, your speech, your decisions. You will begin to trust yourself again. This is perhaps the greatest transfer of all. When you trust yourself, you stop abandoning your own destiny. Be mindful of who you share this moment with. Not everyone will understand the sacredness of what is happening. Some will project their fears onto your future. You do not need to convince anyone. Protection sometimes looks like silence. My beloved child, timing will accelerate after tonight. What once took months may take weeks. What once took weeks may take days. This can feel overwhelming. Breathe. You are not late. You are exactly on schedule. The pace is changing because you are ready. Sleep may feel deeper tonight. Or restlessness may come as your spirit adjusts. Either is okay. Before you sleep, place one hand on your heart and remind yourself, I am safe to receive. This simple act grounds the transfer into your physical reality. You will notice your intuition strengthening. Trust it. That quiet knowing is not imagination. It is guidance sharpened by experience. You have earned this clarity through endurance. My beloved child, this is not a single moment blessing. This is a turning point. A shift in trajectory. You are stepping into a timeline where effort meets support, where desire meets opportunity, where faith meets evidence. Stay with me. In the next part, I will prepare you for what to do when the first manifestation appears, so you do not minimize it, fear it, or lose momentum. What comes next requires calm confidence and grounded belief. Remain present. Remain open. You are closer than you think that my beloved child. Now listen carefully, because what happens when the first manifestation appears will determine how fully this divine transfer unfolds in your life. Many people receive a blessing and immediately shrink around it. They question it. They downplay it. They say, it's not that big, because deep inside they are afraid of hoping too much. I do not want you to make that mistake. When the first sign arrives, it may look ordinary on the surface. A message. An offer. A sudden solution. A release from a burden you carried quietly. Do not measure it with the eyes of your past. Measure it with the awareness of your future. Small doors often lead to vast rooms. My beloved child, resist the urge to explain the miracle away. Your mind has been trained by struggle to expect loss. It will try to protect you by doubting joy. Thank it for surviving, then gently choose belief instead. Faith is not denial of reality. Faith is recognition of divine movement within reality. You may feel an impulse to rush, to fix everything at once, to make up for lost time. Slow down. Alignment does not require panic. What is meant for you will not escape you. Take intentional steps. Act with clarity, not urgency. I want you to remember something important. You do not have to prove your worth to receive this blessing. You do not have to overwork. You do not have to suffer more to earn it. The season of constant struggle has ended. This season is about stewardship. How you care for what you receive. Be gentle with yourself as things improve. Healing often lags behind change. Even when circumstances shift, your heart may still expect pain. That is okay. Do not shame yourself for old reflexes. Speak kindly to yourself. Replace harsh thoughts with patience. My beloved child, there may be a moment when you are tempted to go back. Back to familiar pain. Back to patterns you understand. Growth can feel lonely before it feels empowering. When that moment comes, pause. Breathe. Remember this message. You were warned so you could choose wisely. There is something else I must tell you. This transfer is not only for you. It will ripple outward. Others will be helped because you did not give up. Your courage will quietly give permission to someone else to believe again. This is how light multiplies. You will soon realize that what you truly wanted was not just relief, but peace. Not just success, but stability. Not just answers, but trust. Those are now within reach. My beloved child, release the fear of losing what you gain. Fear constricts flow. Trust expands it. What is divinely given is sustained by alignment, not anxiety. Each morning after tonight, ground yourself with intention. Say, I move with clarity today. Each night, close with gratitude. Say, thank you for what is unfolding. These simple practices keep you anchored as momentum builds. Do not compare your journey to anyone else's. Your timing is sacred. Your path is specific. Comparison will only distract you from your own miracles. I want you to know this clearly, you were never behind. You were being positioned. Nothing was wasted. Even your tears carried information that shaped your strength. When doubt returns, as it sometimes will, do not fight it aggressively. Acknowledge it, then redirect your focus to evidence of progress, however small. Evidence silences fear more effectively than arguments. My beloved child, tonight marks the end of begging and the beginning of receiving. Not because you demanded, but because you were ready. Stand taller now. Speak more gently to yourself. Trust your steps. You are no longer walking alone. I remain with you, not loudly, not forcefully, but steadily. Protecting what is yours. Guiding what is next. Strengthening what is growing. You did not ignore this message. That choice matters more than you know. Rest now in expectation, not desperation. Tomorrow begins a new pattern. A quieter confidence. A steadier hope. My beloved child. You are aligned. You are protected. And what was meant for you is finally finding its way into your hands. My beloved child. Even though the words feel complete, the movement itself is still breathing, still unfolding, still wrapping itself gently around your life. Sometimes the divine does not end with a full stop, but with a soft pause, so you can step into the space that has been created for you. Do not rush to look for proof. Let proof come to you. When you stop chasing signs, signs begin to follow. You will notice this in the quiet moments, when nothing dramatic is happening, yet you feel steadier than before. That steadiness is not imagination. It is grounding. It is your spirit settling into alignment. If a moment of silence comes after this, do not assume nothing is happening. Silence is often the busiest place in the unseen world. Seeds are breaking open underground. Roots are stretching. Strength is forming where no one can see it yet. My beloved child, I want you to remember how you felt when you first started listening to this message. The heaviness. The curiosity. The faint hope mixed with hesitation. Notice how that feeling has shifted, even slightly. That shift is evidence. Transformation always begins internally before it becomes visible. There may be a test, not a punishment, but a choice. A familiar trigger. A familiar fear. A familiar voice telling you to doubt. When that moment arrives, choose differently, even if only by a small degree. That small difference changes the entire direction of the path. You are allowed to want more. You are allowed to receive without guilt. You are allowed to believe that good things can arrive without chaos attached to them. Peace does not mean stagnation. Peace means you are finally moving without resistance. My beloved child, keep your heart open but your energy protected. Rest when you need to. Move when you feel called. Speak when it is necessary. Silence is also wisdom. If you ever feel unsure again, return to stillness. Stillness is where guidance becomes clear. You do not need constant signs. You need presence. I will leave you now not because I am gone, but because you are ready to walk forward without needing constant reassurance. That is growth. That is trust. Carry this knowing with you. You listened. You aligned. You chose awareness over indifference. That choice has already changed more than you realize. My beloved child. Walk gently into what awaits you. What was delayed has begun to move. And you will recognize it, not by noise, but by peace. My beloved child. Before you step fully forward, let me sit with you for just a little longer, because sometimes reassurance is not about new information, but about deepening what has already been spoken. You have been strong for so long that you forgot what it feels like to be held by certainty. Let this moment hold you. You may notice that your thoughts are slowing down. The constant noise, the endless what if, the mental arguments you used to have with yourself. Those will begin to loosen their grip. This is not because life has suddenly become perfect, but because your spirit no longer needs to stay on high alert. Safety is returning to your inner world. My beloved child, trust the pauses that come next. There will be moments where nothing seems to move outwardly, yet inwardly you are rearranging. Old priorities will fall away. Things that once felt urgent will no longer control you. You are learning what truly matters, and this clarity will guide your decisions better than fear ever did. You may begin to feel drawn toward simplicity, toward peace, toward people and places that feel calm instead of intense. This is not withdrawal. This is wisdom. Your energy is becoming refined, and refinement always seeks harmony. If you feel tired, rest without guilt. If you feel inspired, act without overthinking. You no longer need to push yourself to extremes to prove anything. Your existence alone has value. Your presence is enough. My beloved child, let go of the idea that everything must make sense immediately. Understanding unfolds in layers. Today you receive peace. Tomorrow you receive clarity. Later, you receive confirmation. Trust the order. You will notice that you respond differently now. Where you once reacted, you will pause. Where you once feared loss, you will trust flow. Where you once questioned your worth, you will quietly stand in it. This is not arrogance. This is healing. There is no rush to announce anything to the world. Let your life speak for you. Let your calm become your testimony. Let your consistency become your proof. My beloved child, remember this above all else: nothing that is truly meant for you can miss you. Not by distraction. Not by delay. Not by doubt. Alignment always finds its way. As you move forward, carry gentleness like a shield. Protect your peace. Honor your intuition. Choose growth over familiarity when the choice presents itself. And when you look back one day, you will realize this moment was not loud or dramatic, but it was decisive. This was the moment you stopped merely surviving and began allowing yourself to live. My beloved child, you are exactly where you need to be. And what unfolds next will feel less like struggle, and more like remembering who you always were. My beloved child, let these words settle softly within you, because there is a quiet confidence beginning to rise now, and it does not need noise to be real. You have crossed an inner threshold. Even if nothing dramatic appears on the outside yet, something irreversible has already happened within you. You are no longer asking life from a place of desperation. You are allowing life from a place of trust. You may notice that you are less interested in proving yourself. Less drawn to explaining your pain. Less willing to beg for understanding. This is not because you have grown cold, but because you have grown whole. Wholeness does not chase validation. It rests in truth. My beloved child, the coming days may feel lighter in ways you cannot explain. Problems may still exist, but they will not sit on your chest the way they used to. You will carry them with steadier hands. That is strength, not the loud kind, but the lasting kind. There will be moments when you catch yourself smiling for no clear reason. Do not question it. Joy does not always announce itself. Sometimes it simply arrives when space has finally been made for it. If old memories surface, greet them without fear. They are not returning to hurt you. They are returning to be released. You are strong enough now to let them pass without pulling you backward. My beloved child, stay grounded in the present. Do not rush too far ahead in your mind. The future is unfolding at the perfect pace for you. Each step will reveal the next. You are not meant to carry the entire path at once. Be mindful of how you speak about yourself. Words shape reality more than you realize. Speak as someone who is becoming, not as someone who is lacking. Even gentle changes in language create powerful shifts in direction. You may feel moments of stillness that once would have scared you. Emptiness used to feel like loss. Now it is space. Space for growth. Space for clarity. Space for peace. My beloved child, allow yourself to enjoy calm without waiting for it to be taken away. Not every good moment is temporary. Some are foundations. As you move forward, choose softness over self-criticism. Choose patience over pressure. Choose trust over control. These choices will guide you more accurately than fear ever could. You do not need to rush toward transformation. You are already in it. Let it unfold naturally, like dawn arriving without effort. And if ever you feel uncertain again, return to this truth. You listened. You stayed present. You allowed alignment. That is enough. My beloved child. Continue walking gently. Life is meeting you halfway now. My beloved child. As you keep moving forward, notice how the world feels slightly different now. The same streets, the same rooms, the same people, but something inside you has shifted its position. You are no longer standing in the shadow of fear. You are standing in awareness. And awareness changes everything. You may begin to sense a quiet courage growing within you. Not the kind that shouts or demands attention, but the kind that calmly says, "I will be okay, no matter what." This courage was always inside you, but it was buried under worry and waiting. Now it is rising, steady and dependable. My beloved child, let yourself trust the rhythm of your days. Some days will feel productive, others slow. Neither is wrong. Growth does not move in straight lines. It moves in waves. Honor each wave as it comes. You will start to recognize when something is not aligned for you anymore. Situations that drain you. Conversations that feel heavy. Paths that require you to shrink. When you notice this, do not judge yourself for staying too long in the past. Simply choose differently now. Awareness is permission to change. There is no need to rush your healing. Healing is not a race. It is a return, to yourself, to your breath, to your truth. Every time you choose peace over panic, you are healing. Every time you choose honesty over fear, you are healing. My beloved child, you may feel moments of gratitude rise unexpectedly. Gratitude for surviving. Gratitude for lessons learned. Gratitude for becoming softer instead of bitter. Let those moments come. They are signs of integration, your past and present learning to exist without conflict. You are allowed to dream again. Gently at first, if that feels safer. Dreams do not demand certainty. They only ask for permission to exist. Give them that permission. If doubt whispers again, do not be alarmed. Doubt often appears when you are stepping into something unfamiliar. Thank it for trying to protect you, then remind yourself that you are capable of learning as you go. You do not need to have all the answers today. My beloved child, trust that support will meet you where action and intention align. You are not meant to do everything alone. Help arrives in forms you do not expect, at moments you cannot plan. Let your days become simpler. One step. One choice. One breath at a time. Complexity fades when clarity grows. And as you continue, remember this quietly powerful truth. You are not becoming someone new. You are returning to who you were before fear taught you to doubt yourself. My beloved child. Walk on with gentleness. You are unfolding exactly as you should. My beloved child. There is one final truth I must leave with you, a truth that will carry you beyond this night, beyond this transfer, beyond all uncertainty. You were never alone, not for a single moment. Even when you felt abandoned, even when the world seemed silent, even when your own mind questioned your worth, there was a hand guiding, a presence holding, a light waiting to shine through you. Do not underestimate what has begun tonight. This divine transfer is not just an event. It is the start of a ripple, a shift that will touch every corner of your life. Opportunities you never imagined will start to present themselves. Connections meant to support your growth will appear. Doors you thought permanently closed will open gently, and sometimes unexpectedly. The universe moves in mysterious ways, and now it moves in alignment with your readiness. My beloved child, remember to honor yourself. Do not diminish your victories, no matter how small they seem. Each acknowledgement of your progress is like water to a growing plant. Feed your spirit with your own recognition, your own gratitude, and your own love. These are the tools that solidify divine blessings into lasting change. You may still feel fear, hesitation, or uncertainty. That is natural. Growth always brings moments of discomfort. Do not allow these feelings to overshadow the truth. What is meant for you will never be lost if you remain present and open. Fear is only a shadow that passes when you shine your light on it. Shine bravely, my beloved child. My beloved child. As you move forward from this night, carry calm confidence in every step. Let patience guide you when the path seems unclear. Let trust guide you when doubt creeps near. Let gratitude guide you when joy arrives quietly. These are the keys that will keep the blessings flowing steadily, harmoniously, and with purpose. You are not defined by your past struggles. You are defined by your courage to stay open, your willingness to believe, and your readiness to receive. Tonight, you chose alignment over distraction, presence over avoidance, faith over fear. That choice has set the wheels of your destiny in motion. And now, my beloved child, I leave you with this: do not wait for the world to acknowledge your change. Do not seek validation from those who cannot see beyond their own limits. Stand in the quiet knowing that what is yours is already on its way. Nurture it with love, protect it with patience, and allow it to grow naturally. This is the moment where the past releases its grip. This is the moment where your spirit begins to move freely. This is the moment where hope is no longer fragile but resilient. This is the moment where you remember your worth, your power, and your divine connection. My beloved child. Step gently, step boldly, step faithfully. The divine transfer has begun, and with it, your life will never be the same. You are ready. You are worthy. You are loved. The light walks with you now, always.